a Zoom session last night. Okay, it was really incredible. A Zoom session. Okay, because we really want to really get involved in the market. So yesterday, 17th of June 2021, Thursday. Today, is the Federal Reserve going to hike rates soon? What do you think, guys? I think that it's really clear right now that we saw those data coming in over the last 3 weeks. We've been talking about inflation. And the last 3 weeks, you saw that Janet Yellen, Jerome Powell, all the analysts, economists, strategists, all saying that, no, this is fine, don't worry. Okay? All right. But the thing is this is the incredible part whereby you can really see that, right? People really have to tell you that, hey, you don't need to worry about, all is good and everything's no problem. But when last night, when Jerome Powell, or so-called when the Federal Reserve started to talk, Jerome Powell, well, this is where the thing comes in, all right? There's so many key information that you must know by today, so that you will know what to do the next 2-3 weeks or 2-3 months, okay? So today, the MAO is going to be so very lengthy, many videos to go through. I found a problem why sometimes the video cannot turn on. Hopefully, it'll be solved by today. So let's go on live right now, all right? Thank you, Uncle Arun. You're also my favorite uncle. All right, disclaimer as usual. Please understand this. If you decide to invest real money, all trading decisions are on your own risk. Do understand losses can be substantial, and of course, please check your current financial condition, all right? So if you are okay with this above, you have accepted and you have identified me, okay? Thank you. All right, now the thing is this is what I do after my MAO every morning. Now after MAO every morning, I will meet up with the TTT, right? TWB Trusted Traders, which is like Isaac, Edmund, David, Sarah, King Hua, Kelly, and Susan. So in short, it's all right. I will spend all my time, at least 1 hour almost every day, to run through trades with them and help them, nurture them to be better traders. And I'm very happy that they're getting better and better and better. Seriously, all right? It's not that how much money they make. You see, at this nurturing period now, right, I'm not expecting them to make big bucks, all right? That takes not only training, it takes experience, and the emotion involved also must play a big part. So at this moment right now, right, at this stage, right, I'm more concentrating on the how they see the market and how they give calls and how to make lesser silly mistakes. And I'm glad that they are maturing very well. All right. So yesterday we talked about gold, and they also can see that. They also know that why gold is coming down. And yesterday we actually draw this line. I said that gold may have to come down all the way. And I told them that what is my reason why gold will come down all the way below the 1815 target, which actually really happened this morning. So all these things are very important because only when you do preparation work and you do drawing like this and stuff like that, you will definitely perform well. And that is why every morning I take the extra steps to help you guys to understand the market. Now, some people complain that the MAO is getting too long, 1.5 hours, 2 hours sometimes, which is ridiculous. My point is this, you know that my MAO is slotted with different segments of, the whole entire thing. Basically, we do a lot of fundamental, then after that we do some technical, then after that we go into the live markets, then after we go back to the alternate market views. So it's like this, okay? It's segmentized in this manner. And all you need to do is very simple. If you don't want to hear me live in person, because you don't want to waste your time in the morning to do something more important, you just have to basically wait until the MAO is over. Then you can go for the replay on the Facebook site and choose the portion that you want. So you're not only going to waste your time, you can also do your own personal thing and you hear what you want to hear. So isn't that better? So rather than you actually complain and go around and making funny remarks, which is not really necessary, why don't you just make your time better, okay? Now, my job, why I spend 1.5 hours, 2 hours talking, is because I want to give people to shortcut the time for people to don't do homework. They can actually rely on me to provide the homework for them. Because I know some of you are very busy. You have no time to even have your own breakfast in the morning. So let me do the job for you, okay? All right, although you guys have already paid me, but this extra little thing is worth it, because not only when I tell you this homework, it's also back for me, and it's act for my TTT. So which means that, right, one simple thing I do is basically 3 parties enjoy and benefit. So I don't mind doing all this, okay? All right, good morning to you, Bahir. All right, So now the question is, the bear's club, is it starting right now? No, the thing is this, yesterday we had the Dow Jones down 300 points. Then after it rebounded back down to 200 points. So the question is the bear here? Well, I will put it this way. I've been telling you guys the bear were here since 3 weeks ago. All right. And how we know it? Because the BNB already tell us. But the only difference is that there was some manipulation on S&P 500 that causes the price to keep on going while the Dow and the NASDAQ didn't go high. So that was one big concern that I expressed to you. But do you think it's time for the bears to be in? Well, what do you think, guys? Please put your message right now. What do you think? Do you think that the bear club starting soon? If you think yes, key yes. If you think no, just key the word no. All right, let me see how many of you think that the bear clubs, the bears club is starting soon. All right, let me hear you guys now. Please key your answer right now. All right, so while we're waiting for your answer, right, if you ask me, my personal view is this. I said that the bears are already there since 3 weeks ago. But do they going to go into rampant mode now, right? I really don't think so. I honestly tell you that maybe the next few days they will go in, they will do some selling, that's pretty sure. But after that itself, right, I believe that the market will likely be recovering a little bit after the initial sell-off. This is what I feel it, all right? So Cheng Kui say no, Anthony say yes, Bahir say yes, Fred say not yet, Eric say no. Okay, so we have a mixed crowd here. Now, basically, you can see that, right? Yesterday, it was in the morning, around the morning when I received this from a friend of mine. Okay, I blanco the name away. All right. Okay. Dan Ho say correction. Georgia say not yet. Okay. So a friend of mine sent me this message. So what do you think? If I were to receive this message and I tell you I received this message, what do you think that my friend is trying to tell me? Now, I received this in the morning, okay? I received it yesterday in the morning, not this morning, yesterday in the morning, all right? So tell me, by seeing this cartoon, you got to stop thinking that every sound you hear is a bear. Can you tell me what will you be telling me when, if I show you that, hey, someone sent me this, what will you be telling me? What will your interpretation be? All right, please key your answer right now. I'd like to see from your sharing. Remember this. Now, morning MAO is not only a one-way direction. It's supposed to be two ways. It means that you talk to me, I talk to you. So like that, we will learn from one another. I think that is very important, right? Let me see what's your answer right now. Like I say, I'm trying, the live chat is, I'm using handphone now. It's not that updating. All right, Kelly Pua says that it's bear cups. Andrew says not yet. Ignore. Ignore. Okay, now basically when I see this picture, I immediately know what my friend probably is trying to tell me. They tell me that, Kel, stop telling people bear because the market is not going to come down. Okay, that's one interpretation because that was before yesterday's sell-off. Okay, so that is one interpretation because after that he didn't text me anymore. Just send me this picture. That's one interpretation. Number two is, all right, maybe he's telling me that actually the bears are already outside my tent. I just had to believe in whatever I believe. But I can't believe that that's likely only 10%. But so I believe that when my friend sent me this, is to tell me, Cal, stop doing this. Okay, the market's not going to come down and stuff like that. So I can tell you that as a trader for so many years, when the market is near a peak, and when you're telling people to be very careful, caution to the wind, and likely people wouldn't see that, right? That is usually the potential turning point. And when he sent me this, and I saw this as well, right? I kind of tell myself that is what I'm looking for, the final catalyst. When basically people don't believe anymore and trying to tell another person don't believe, right? That is where the turning point could be. But of course, as I say once again, I appreciate this message because it put me in a it gave me an alarm, and it also reminded me that I shouldn't be too heavy. So even though yesterday our team was shorting the Dow Jones and all the markets, right, we were very cautious. We took profit along the way and we are happy. So even though now yesterday the market came down quite a fair bit, right, we did not make a lot of money, but I think that everybody's happy because the risk was controlled very well. Okay. So to be a successful trader, I'm going to give a series of these quotes rather than give you motivational quote of every day, which I think Mitch is doing that every morning, which is fantastic. I will rather give you the quotes from successful traders, and definitely Peter Lynch, all right, the author of One Up Wall Street, is going to be a very good role model. He says this: in this business, obviously investment business, if you are good, you are right. 6 times out of 10, all right, you're never going to be right 9 times out of 10. All right, so you see that again, in this business, if you are good, you are right 6 times out of 10. That means that if you are really good in this business, after every 10 trades, all right, if you can win 6 times, you're really good already. If you are going to aim for like 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10, you got to be kidding. All right, you got to be kidding. I can tell you this, okay, the trick that probably Arun or this M Trader, Sister Cynthia, Bridget, you know, all these traders, right, who are very good in trading, you do see that they have a lot of winnings, right? But you don't see that they actually stop out themselves very fast in terms of like, once they probably enter the trade, they already put SWL very nearby, or they already make sure that the losses is being kept very small. That's why mathematically they can win big money. All right, so that is the direction that you should be heading, guys. So if I'm right, you know, please key the word, Kel, you are right, so that, you know, we can relieve that. This is from Peter Lynch. Remember this, a guy who is the author of One Up in Wall Street, one of the very famous books that I highly recommend you to read for US trading. But you do not bring the concept back to Singapore, because it will not work. Example is that when Peter Lynch said that you buy companies that do X. I did do that. I went through Singapore, all the categories to find that company that do X. Then eventually it's nothing was found. Only recently Sheng Siong fits the mark lah. But again, you know, that is like 20 years ago. Okay. All right. So what are the reasons to stay bullish for now? You'll be surprised that today I have held a lot of information to tell you that why you should stay bullish. Yes, you heard me correctly. Today, the amount of content that to talk about staying bullish, right, is so much. So let's start, okay? All right, but before we do that itself, right, let's look at the market. I know that you guys are waiting for the market view first. Let me just do a quick one. Okay, so let's take a the market view right now. Okay, Okay, so first of all, let's look at China A50 first. Now, China A50 this morning has gapped down, and incredibly, it touches the line that I was looking at, and it stopped there perfectly and now rebounded. And so this is like opening over, but trade higher, right? So it's a very positive move, right, for this China A50. But unfortunately, we can see very clearly now the market is still trading below the MA200. And obviously way below the MA30. So it's kind of bearish at the moment for time being. And of course, MLP is here. So overall itself, right, even the only positive light is that because it's above OP. Now I told you guys, these guys many times, don't need to care gap up or gap down. Always care the opening price. If the opening price is there and market trades above OP, it's a buying market, at least for now. You understand this? Because only when the market goes above OP, regardless, even it gaps down, even the Dow Jones crashed yesterday, but if the market opens and then go up above OP, it's a buying synergy. All right, this is very, very important. Okay, so that's China A50 and Hong Kong right now. Now, Hong Kong this morning has gapped down. All right, has gapped down. Now, I told you guys to be very careful 3 days ago. 3 days ago, I already tell you to be very careful on Hong Kong. And why? Because of this guy. Because Hong Kong closed below the MA30, which I told you important. And of course, more important thing is this guy. Do you remember this? I told you this is the BNB of Hang Seng, right? So when the last 2 days, when I see the Hang Seng fail to cross the BNB RL, I already informed you to be very careful. And I did tell you guys, if you're okay, you may want to consider the short somewhere around here. Remember that? So, and I told you guys, this is the BNB, right? This is the BNB of the range of the BNB. So if the market goes down, it will come down one time. And look at it, my God. That's why this morning, right, our buy, we put a buy order here to buy back our position. But this morning, right, it was already filled at a good price already. Yeah, better than the price that we laid. So that is why I say that you need to trust the TWB system. Now, it is very important that you must understand, we not only give you a system to try on, it's about the entire trading psychology, philosophy, the setup, the mental state, and everything. And this MAO every day I'm doing here is not going to be forever. It's going to be just for a moment of time, for probably another 100 days or lesser. And that's it. we have to move on. I mean, if I train you long enough, we have to move on, right? So don't you realize that this is how it is? Now Hang Seng now is trading above OP. Like I told you guys, if the market is trading trading above OP, at least momentum wise now is buyer market, but it could still go down depending whether can it sustain above the opening price. So now it's done already, right? So this BNB is no longer in use. It'll take it away because it's redundant. So now today, to make it clearer and cleaner, this is the MLP, and of course, this will be the MA30 level here. So hopefully Hang Seng can stay up, because if it doesn't stay up, right, the next level Hang Seng will be the next chocolate bar, which is somewhere around here, and it can go worse. It'll be somewhere around here. So that's why hopefully Hang Seng can stay up. If not, it's going to 28,159. And if you go lower, 27,900. Okay, that is Hang Seng. All right. All right. So I'll come back to Hang Seng later on. All right. China A50 is recovering. So let's come back to China data. Now, yesterday I was spot on gold, right? Indeed, right? All right. I'm very happy because I'm very happy that thank you, Noel and Eric, for your bear comment. Okay, appreciate that, Noel and Eric. All right, yesterday I talked about gold, and gold was trading about 1854 yesterday, right? And I say that gold will likely come down to 1834, and then most likely will go to 1818. I said that yesterday, right? So if you remember that I said this, please key the word spot on. Ken, do me a favor. All right, give me some validation on this. I can use this for marketing. Now, yesterday when we were doing Zoom session about 2:20 a.m., right? Colin asked me this question. So gold can buy. I told him, say that gold don't buy. Even though the time gold was trading at 1830 already, right? I say that don't buy gold. I say that wait for gold to really come down a bit more. And I did share with him that gold will likely be going down to this this level of 1818. This morning, all right, I did share with him, and I'm glad, right? This Colin, you didn't buy gold, right? Not too sure. Are you awake? I saw you this morning. All right, very happy for you guys. Those who shorted with me yesterday, right, is good. So I will share with you later on and stuff, right? What's my view on gold? All right. But you can see that, right, gold really came down to the level that I mentioned. It went all the way down, broke below to 1834, and furthermore went down to the MA 200 that I mentioned. The only concern is that can the market stay above the MA 200, right? That is a very important thing to do, all right? Now, the other reason why I'm saying that the market is pretty bullish right now is it's still bullish, It's still bullish because, right, we saw this incredible movement. Yesterday, the Dow Jones came down when Jerome Powell was speaking. But the moment when he hit one keyword itself, right, no need to really follow the dot plot, right? Immediately, the market rebounded. It's really incredible. It was really incredible. Wow, thank you, buyer. Thank you so much. Wow, that's such a strong validation. Wow, thank you. All right, appreciate that, buyer. All right, so what happened is that you saw the market coming down very fast, but when the moment the Jerome Powell hit that word itself, immediately the market rebounded. Immediately, all right? So that means that there's someone at the back behind him protecting, and we call it as a plunge protectors or the plunge protecting team, right? So straight away, the market rebounded. So that means that still there are artificial support or artificial invisible hand in the market. So this is where you can see that, right, the market was sideways because of the FOMC, and after that, when the FOMC statement came in, bang, the market came down. Oh my God, look at it. Straight away itself, right, the market just slammed all the way down here, okay? And after that, right, Jerome Powell came on the stage and started to talk and say that this dots to be taken with a big grain of salt. Oh my God. Now, what are you trying to tell me? Seriously, now we don't need the dot plot anymore? But you tell me that you will take a big grain of salt, meaning that you are telling people that, hey, don't trust too much into this. But dot plot is something that from day one, the banks are using it. So let's just take a look what actually happened here. So dot plot is a projection for the federal fund rate, a key short-term interest rate that affects the saving yields and consumer loan rates, okay? Every dot represents the view of the federal policymaker for the rate target range at the end of each year. So this is what they are doing. And it's not done by us, it's done by the so-called bankers. So apparently now, right, the one day before, everybody say, look at the dot plot. One day later, when Jerome Powell say you had to take it with a big grain of salt, my God, this totally changed everything. So let's hear what Jerome Powell had to say about this big grain of salt. Okay, let's watch this.
In terms of the two hikes, so
okay, let me make it sound louder a bit.
So let me say a couple things. First of all, not for the first time about the dot plot. These are, of course, individual projections. They're not a committee forecast. They're not a plan. And we did not actually have a discussion of whether liftoff is appropriate at any particular year, because discussing liftoff now would be highly premature. It wouldn't make any sense. In our if you look at the transcripts from 5 years ago, you'll see that sometimes people mention their rate path in their interventions. Often they don't. And the last thing to say is the dots are not a great forecaster of future rate moves, and that's not because it's just because it's so highly uncertain. There is no great forecaster of future dots. So dots to be taken with a big grain of salt. However, so let me talk about this meeting. The committee spelled out, as you know, in our FOMC statements, the conditions that it expects to see before an adjustment in the target range is made. And it's outcome-based, it's not time-based, and as I mentioned, it's labor market conditions consistent with maximum employment, inflation at 2%, and on track to exceed 2%. And the projections, that give some sense of how participants see the economy evolving in their most likely case. And I honestly, the main message I would take away from the SEP is that participants, many participants, are more comfortable that the economic conditions in the committee's forward guidance will be met somewhat sooner than previously anticipated. And that would be a welcome development. If such outcomes materialize, it means the economy will have made faster progress toward our goals. So the other thing I'll say is rate increases are really not at all the focus of the committee. The focus of the committee is the current state of the economy, but in terms of our tools, it's about asset purchases. That's what we're thinking about. Liftoff is well into the future. The conditions for liftoff were very far from maximum employment, for example. It's a consideration for the future. So the near-term thing is really, the near-term discussion that will begin is really about the path of asset purchases. And as I mentioned, we had a discussion about that today and expect to, at future meetings, continue to think about our progress.
Okay, guys, so you heard this Jerome Powell saying this, all right? So the moment he said that there should be, this dot plot should be taken with a big grain of salt, immediately you saw the market recover. Because that means that, right, the dot plot is no longer important. Hence, therefore, there couldn't or shouldn't be any interest rate hike according to the new dot plot. So that is the reason why immediately the market rebounded. Okay, that was what happened. And of course, you heard what he has to say again. He said that central bank is not just only about raising rate, cutting rates. It's about the asset purchase to balance the whole equilibrium of the economy. So basically, in short itself, he's also hinting to you that the buying is going to stay. All right, so that is the reason why the market goes up, and that is also why the current bullishness is here to stay until things changes. All right, so you can see that this is a very clear chart whereby we have the S&P 500, the dollar, the 10-year yields, and the gold prices. And you can see it's quite incredible. Very interesting. You see that everything stayed down except for stocks. The stock market, the ES S&P 500, basically went up. So the moment Jerome Powell speaks here, right, it should be actually, but you see, when that happened, logically, it should be affecting across the board. We mean that if you're telling me that I should take it with a big grain of salt, then seriously, I should be, the whole market, like gold, like yield, like this dollar should be affected, right? But very, very surprisingly, the three of them didn't move, but the equity market goes up. So that's why I say this. The reason why to be bullish, because there's still got this invisible hand that is now at the bottom of every sell-off to buy into the market. So that is the reason why this is still part of the segment of why the market is still bullish right now. So this one you must understand. You see, I categorize that why should be bullish, then after the fundamentals, then the technicals, then the last one is why should be bearish. So 4 different areas to cover for one entire MAO. If you have such a person doing MAO like this, right, I would love to listen to him every single morning. All right. Then, of course, more important thing is that you can see right now right? The moment when he says that, right, a grain of salt, all right, all the shorter stock, right, just rally all the way ferociously, all the way up itself. So again, this really tells you that the market stock is much, much easier to manipulate. And I'm trying to explain this to you by telling you this, as long as the Federal Reserve is in the house, that's really very difficult for the market to come down. And even if it comes down, you must take profit periodically. If not, right, your gains will just evaporate. So got my point, guys? If you got my point, please key the word got it. All right. Please key the word got it. GOT space IT. All right. I want you guys to do it so that you guys have hear me loud and clear. Because I realize that no matter whatever I say, because most of you really like the last part segment itself. So whenever I tell you to buy, y'all don't listen to me. You only listen to the sell part. Then after that, right, when market goes up, y'all blame me. Oh, so sad. All right. Now, I'm telling you this, my personal view is, I say this again and again and again, my view is that the coming time, all right, this month of June, I do see some selling. I've been saying this 3 weeks ago. I did it in our weekend, this special MAO. I tell you already, I even give you the chart lines. So I tell you this, for the market to come down is for the buy up later. So if I believe that July will be an up month, then of course June must come off a little bit lah. All right, got it? Okay, thank you guys. Oh, thank you guys for all that got it. I really appreciate that. Okay, so now the thing is this, look at the VIX indicator. Now yesterday I've been telling you guys, anytime below 15 and 16, you buy VIX. And of course VIX shoot up to 19, right? So you see, I give you buy call. I really give you buy call. And I tell you take profit, all right? So the thing is this, yesterday the VIX indicator shoot up, or VIX index went up to 19. Then from 19, it plunged back down to 16 after the moment I told you the big grain of salt came out. So all I tell you is this, for this VIX index, okay? I'm going to say this by my 10th time probably. Anytime it come down to 15 to 16, you can buy. If you want to go for a bit adventurous, 17 also can try. But you must take profit on average of 19 to 21. Only when they cross 22. If the VIX index cross 22, if it ever cross 22, then we could see higher. How high? Well, if you can cross 22 and stay above 22, then maybe we can see 30. Okay, so I'm giving a buy call on VIX index. Okay, but there is this range here you must understand. Okay, so 16 to 16 is a good buy. 17 is adventurous, but you can try. Take profit at 19 to 21. Only when the market closes above 22, then you can aim for 30. Okay, that's all I can tell you guys. Do your own homework. Think or Swim is I think one of the best, most trusted trader brokers to use for VIX trading. I mean, other brokers, I don't really know they do VIX or not. So if you have the, who do it, you can actually, text in a group chat. Okay, we can learn. All right, not promoting, but just can learn from one another. Okay, and of course, you can see that the 10-year yields, although yesterday was very clear-cut already, yes, the market did jump up by a bit, but it was still nothing new, nothing really near the high level. It's actually near to all the payroll previously. So in my view is this, unless the 10-year yields can go past 1.6% convincingly, then maybe we need to be careful. But at the moment now, 1.5 to 1.55 is still going to be within the range of acceptable level. So that's why even though the mainstream media now is making a bit of hoo-ha on this, but you must take note at 1.6, okay? So anything below 1.6, there's no much worry for time being. Then of course, this is the most important thing of how you do FOMC meeting. You can see this is a very cute one. The federal policy normalization guide. Okay, this is so cute. Okay, but what I should say is this, okay? Now we have the June FOMC right now, right? Then we're talking about tapering. All right, previously was talking about, but never fulfilled, right? So obviously, every time when every FOMC, the so-called talking about will get lesser and lesser. So logically speaking, there should be another FOMC first before we have the next potential tapering. So guys, tell me, after the June FOMC, when is the next FOMC meeting? Can anyone tell me? Can anyone tell me when is the next FOMC meeting? Right, let me see who knows the answer. Please key right now. Anyone know when is the next FOMC meeting? Wow, Chongming, such a lovely lips. All right. Yes, the next FOMC meeting, all right, will be in September. Okay, correct. So prior to that, it will be August. All right, August, what do we have? We have the Jackson Hole. All right, the Jackson Hole. Now, Jackson Hole is whereby all the central banks around the world will be going down to talk about what their conclusion and what is their forecast and what are they going to do moving forward. Okay? Yes, indeed. Next one will be Jackson Hole, indeed. So what you're seeing right here is it is very highly potential that towards August month, if the inflation continue to run out from today until Jackson Hole August, then most likely it's all right. The Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, will really have to be very careful what he says during that day. And of course, that will give a very important feel towards September, this FOMC. All right. So this is where I want to share with you. All right. Although we are still in a segment of what a bull market condition, but I need to be honest with you. Now, at the moment now, the stock market is still going up, right? Okay. All right. So this is what's happening right now. But you must understand at the same time itself, right? At the same time, the US balance sheet is also incredibly moving in a very interesting manner. The blue line is the US Federal Reserve balance sheet. So it's undeniable that the balance sheet is the one that's propelling the stock market, and it's not the stock market that's recovering that is causing the market to go up. So, of course, at this moment now, from now till then, the $120 billion will still be going into the system. So which means that later on, like next month, the 120 billion is still going to push. So which means that it is not going to be half surprised that the stock market may now pull back down, but later on again follow the balance sheet. So you understand why am I telling you that don't go too heavy short yet? It's still not the time yet. Okay, this will likely be happening, and I hope you remember this. So only until when? Only when they realize that if they continue doing this, the market will go into a very big problem. Only when the tapering really comes down, where they talk about it in the next FOMC, then when the taper really comes down. Now, do understand this, okay? I've been telling people this. Only when the taper really gets into that, from maybe 120 billion to 80 billion, then to 50 billion to 20 billion. Now, if this curve, this movement is solitary based on the balance sheet, and the economy is still not recovering, because we can see that the data are still very bad, even though the stock market is at a high level, and despite how much money they put in, they will come to a point that they know that they're behind the curve, they have to execute. So when that really happens, then they will really, the market will die faster than the tapering process. So you must understand what am I trying to share with you for now, June, July, and September. Are we clear with this? Right. If you are very clear with this, please key the word clear right now. All right. Thank you, Michael, for giving me the precise time. Appreciate it, Michael. Hope the rest, please make sure that if you heard me, please key the word clear so that you understand, because I really don't want you guys to be, going the wrong side of track, because I see this very clearly. I can feel what's going to happen very soon. And if you guys follow the tape properly, I'm pretty sure you guys can make a lot of money. All right. You're going to make a lot of money. All right. Yeah. All right. Good. Carl, Fred, Carrick, Jerry, Dan. Well done. Okay. You guys are very fast. Okay. All right, because this is how the market really works, you see. Whenever the Federal Reserve say that the economic outlook is strong, right, stocks will just come down, okay? Then after that itself, right, okay, whenever the stock market recover and then Federal Reserve say they want to raise the rate, market come down again. So when they change their view, they say, okay, you know what, let's just adjust the policy, market goes up. Then when basically that they say that the economic growth is doing well, everything also okay, market go up. Then after that, unfortunately, pandemic came in, after it came down. Then after that, Federal Reserve slashed rates, and then the market basically get involved. So what I'm trying to say is this: in short, the Federal Reserve runs the stock market. So as long as the Federal Reserve don't tell you that they're going to do any form of tapering, right? You can do periodic shorts on overbought situation, but you do long-term short for now at this period, it's going to be tough. Okay, it's going to be very tough. So that's why traders, you need to understand this. I'm not turning bullish. I'm just informing you that for the bears, right, we've been waiting for this for many, many years. So we don't need to be, getting too excited now at this stage where we should just go cool, okay? But when the tapering really starts, I can tell you this, it will be, the stock market will come down so fast that people will be like shocked. I'm telling you this. So all you need to do, just stay on, stay focused, be with us for the next 6 months to 9 months. I'm pretty sure you guys are going to make a lot of money from the right side, okay? All right, guys, this is what I want to share to you this morning about why you should be bullish. Okay, now we have 311 people have registered. Yes, sir, okay? And I believe that there'll be more coming today because we just sent out emails to our database list. We purposely put those guys at the back because we want to give you guys the chance to come in early. So now I'm going to tell you this secret, okay? Please come in as early as 9:30. All right, 10:30 a.m. Okay, 10:30. By 10:30 a.m., do come in early. All right, because the public people, they'll be coming about 10:45. Okay, so 10:30, our students go in first. Okay, get a seat ready. All right, a virtual seat ready. All right, and I can tell you this: we have our sponsor is very, very kind. Is sponsoring $400 worth of products, okay, for us, okay, prizes, okay. So guys, don't miss it, and of course stay all the way. Because why stay all the way? Because during every 20 minutes there will be a lucky draw. So this lucky draw will give you a chance to win some prizes, okay. So don't run away, okay. Stay tuned for 2 hours. There'll be lots of information. Like example, Benedict will talk you to share really great stuff about gold and silver, especially silver knowledge. We can be very, very, I will ask him very powerful, very, very tough questions, and he has to answer us right on the spot. And of course, Yao Dong, right? He will be covering stocks, and this time around, right, he'll tell you what stock he's covering because what stock he's looking at, because he knows that, right, certain stocks should be moving, and one of the stock is actually his favorite also. So we will talk about that during that day. All right, and of course, for me, my job is to make sure that I be a good host, and I'll talk about our new revised price coming out in 1st of August. So guys, please tell your friend to come on board ASAP to listen to me. It's actually a talk show come preview. So that's why within the short period, I have talked about the TWB system. I only hope that your friends will join in. And then of course, you guys, you and us will mutual benefits out of that. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Now, for the second half of today's morning MAO, we talk about the 2-year yields at the high level now. We talk about the rates highs potentially. We talk about the US dollar. And of course, we talk about the power of the media. Okay. So if you like this part of this segment, stay tuned. All right. All right, now Susan Go Live have hit 179 members already. So that tells you that how many active members we have. So in short, we don't have like 500 over active members, but we have pretty decent numbers. So Susan is doing a really good job. She's getting better and better. I tell you this. Now she's really giving calls, and you can see that the validation from the very good trader like Richard Yo, like people at Peter Leong, they are really telling her that, hey, you're doing a great job, because when she gave the calls, the market really moved. Oh my God, you see that? See that? Susan said that I pushed already, market coming down. Wow. Okay. So Susan, with her background, like the God of Fortune, right? Maybe she is the female, the female version of it. But she's definitely is giving very good calls. And she not only cover Forex, she cover indexes, she cover Forex, cover commodities. Come on, man. This is really incredible. So for only 2 hours, every day from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., Susan will cover it. So guys, you just need to basically listen to her. And I can guarantee you this, in 2 hours, I'm sure you can walk out with some money. Really. Because she's really telling you what to do. You just have to follow. All right. Those who actually agrees that Susan is doing a great job, right? And you have benefited from it. Can you keep it benefited? All right, if you really have attended her segment and you realize that she's really very good, or you have benefited from it, right? Please key the word benefited. All right, so let me see how many of you benefited from it, because no point I say she's good, but you guys don't benefit. All right. Right, I can tell you this. I worked with her for so many years as well, right? That's why we realized that her strength is actually in trading. So we just had to move her to the right place. I'm very sure that she will be, wow, glowing with happiness and money. All right. So I can see that Lauren says she's great. She's covered everything. Wow, you see, better than me. You see that? Simon say benefited. Okay. Michael say don't stress her so much, concentrate on a few major market. Susan, when she sees, she just keeps, she has this little talent also. So she, although her chart only got a few, but she just know how to pick the right one. So I need her to go and concentrate a few, but let her be, let her chi come down and share everything with all y'all. As long as you guys make money, that is most important. All right, Michael says she's good. I haven't taken a trade yet. Okay, Susan is good. Very versatile by this Jerry. Okay, good. So let's talk about some global news right now. Federal Reserve up its timeline for rate hike, okay, for potential rate hike. So basically, right, the FOMC is Federal Open Market Committee, unanimously left its benchmark short-term borrowing at zero, anchored at zero, but there are some official indicated that the rate hike could come as soon as 2023, okay, because they did say that it should be 2024. But then the so-called plot, the dot plot by individual is actually looking at 2023. All right, some even say 2022. So again, there's a lot of things going on right now. But the main thing is this, they're still believing that mainly the inflation is transitory. But undeniable, the consumer prices are now at a 13 years high. So it's kind of like now which one to fall on, and everybody is pretty worried, all right? So this is where Jerome Powell start to come in again. Today got a lot of videos. Right, let's listen to what Jerome Powell has to say with regards to the data.
Keeping interest rates unchanged and will maintain asset purchases at $120 billion a month. Now, in its policy statement, the central bank said that economic activity and employment have strengthened. It acknowledged that inflation is rising, but still said that the increase largely reflects transitory factors. Now, that is the same language that the Fed used last time. But the Fed did increase its forecast for inflation this year to 3.4% from 2.4%. The outlook for GDP also improved to 7% growth this year. That's up from 6.5%. The forecast for unemployment unchanged at 4.5%. And now 7 Fed officials see a rate increase happening sometime next year. That's up from 4 back in the spring. The central bank noted that progress on vaccinations will reduce the impact of the pandemic on the economy, but that risk to the outlook remains. The Fed still sees inflation expectations as well anchored, and it reiterated that it's aiming for inflation above 2% for some time, so that the average over time is 2%. No change in the criteria and language for reducing asset purchases. The Fed still needs to see substantial further progress before tapering. We will see if Fed Chair Jay Powell, during his press conference, provides any more color on when the Fed will start that discussion. He has promised to clearly signal when they intend to begin. And there was an expectation that he would address it more explicitly today. But for now, the Fed holding steady, both on rate hikes and on asset purchases. And the vote for the action today was unanimous.
Okay, guys, so you can see that now all these videos are not hyperlinked, okay? All these videos are basically, I watched them first, then I basically had to crop them out and then put it back in, all right? So there's a lot of time and effort doing all this, okay? It's not hyperlinked, so you don't see me, there's no advertisement, you don't see buffering. Yeah, this is extra, right? Why it takes hours to prepare one single MAO, all right? So the thing is that you can hear from what she has to say is that very clearly that Jerome Powell and friends are saying that, right, they're going to stay on. They wait for inflation to be really staying above 2%, and then probably they will consider. So that means that, right, basically they're going to tell you that there is no reason for tapering right now until further notice. So that's the reason why you must be very careful of what Jerome Powell is saying versus what the media is interpreting. All right, that is why I'm doing all this morning. It's why I'm very tired, trust me. I only slept at about 3 a.m. this morning. I'm up by 5 a.m. this morning. I'm very tired, trust me. Right, my whole body is aching, but for you guys, never mind. Let's continue. So, of course, during local news, we were one of the very incredible CNN reporter. I hope I correctly, Colin, all right? Now, she basically have a very incredible heated Geneva exchange. Okay, all right. So she basically asked some question, and I think that seriously, in my perspective, Biden should just walk away. He doesn't need to even bother with that question. But of course, well, he responded. All right, this is the lady, pretty lady. Then let me show you what happened during that moment. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, wait, the sound is not coming out. Hold on a minute, let me see what's happening again. Hold on, just give me a short moment. Okay, should be okay. Not too sure what happened. Okay, seems like the sound again got cut off. Okay, it was working fine just now, this earlier today when I was doing the thing. Okay, so never mind. I'll put out the video once again for you guys. So basically, is what happened that this lady was just asking him, why are you so confident that he will change his behavior? His is actually this Putin, right? And of course, this Biden turned around. He was already leaving, and he came back, and then so-called blasted at her in a way. And of course, after that, he felt a bit wrong. He went in to apologize. And of course, she's very smart. She said that no need to apologize. And we are reporters. We are here to, do our job. Because he was saying that, right, you don't know. That's why you shouldn't be doing this as a job. My God. So it was kind of silly for Joe Biden to do that. It's really not necessary. And again, I said this before. Joe Biden, pretty good president for the people. But coming to politics, right, I felt that, right, he still need to have some EQ. That's my personal thing. All right. Okay. So never mind for the video. Apologize on that. Not too sure what happened again. Maybe after a few videos, can't take it anymore. All right. Anyway, WHO says that the Delta COVID variant has spread to 80 countries and it keeps on mutating. All right. This is something very scary. 80 countries already. And of course, right, Delta has made 10% new cases in US, up from 6% last week. So again, we see that Americans are now without masks running around, going for events, going for games and stuff like that. I really, really question what will happen later on when this thing blow up again in their face. So of course, what can we do, right? Let me see whether this video can show or not. Okay, so it seems like all my videos now are not able to show after a while. So I shouldn't speak too early. Okay. Not too sure why. Every time after 2-3 videos, right, it just happened to pause. Anybody got any expertise on this? Can you tell me why is that so? Is there a reason why after a few videos, the video doesn't play anymore with sound? Right, nothing have changed. Everything looks okay. Earlier, I tested it. I thought I solved that problem, but it seemed that it's still going there. Okay, hold on. Let me just suddenly all my thing all went chaotic. Okay, never mind. I cannot do this. I just leave it alone. All right, let's continue my sharing. All right, so of course, next video is gonna show basically it's happening at what happened in Singapore right now because of the Bukit Merah view market. Now the cluster went up to 39 cases, and of course, because of that, immediately now we have a potential change by the 21st of June. All right, Lawrence Wong has just came out and said they're evaluating the timing and the scope of the next Singapore reopening, and that is supposed to be scheduled for next Monday, right? Okay, so I get to see too many market. No, I don't have many. When you use Zoom to share, you need to check the sound, the share sound every time. Check the share sound. Okay, let me just double check this share sound. Okay. But I didn't, but the first few videos okay, right? So why would then the share sound? Share sound. where's the share sound area? Okay, audio setting, volume wise, okay, background, okay. Okay, so some answers are saying that the computer buffer not released, got to refresh and restart. Make sure keep zone updated. Yeah, zoom updated. Yeah, I do that. Okay, so again, I cannot show you the next video, obviously. I cannot do that, I think so. Yeah, you see that? The videos are actually going, I mean, the sound not coming out. Quite surprising. Why? Okay, so it seems like I cannot do more than 2 videos. Okay, all right, apology for that. I'll upload everything up, no choice. Okay, anyway, let's continue. So for the USA Economic Calendar, those who can help me on this PM, if you know the exact reason, just PM me on the site. Okay, I'll appreciate that. See whether I can solve this problem or not. My site says that everything's okay. My sound, everything's still okay. Okay. Anyway, let's look at what happened last night. You can see that the Fed remains the same. Everything is there. Economic projection, FOMC statement. So tonight we have the 8:30 8 p.m. We have the initial jobless claim. They are expecting a lower number, but I do suspect it'll be higher number, maybe around 360. Okay, I'm gonna give my little force checking about 360, I think. And they say that the Philadelphia Federal Reserve, Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index is 31.0. I can also agree it should be around here, 30. All right, that is my personal figure. I'm using HDMI cable. Yes, I am. Pull and plug again. Okay, let me just try. Okay, simple one we can just try and see whether got any effect. Okay. Okay, so I just lost the transition. Okay, let's try again. Let's see whether it's working now. Oops, so I think wait, something went wrong. Hold on. Okay, okay, stop sharing. Okay, sorry for the interruption. I'm trying to solve this problem. So hopefully you can have the good deal for this. Okay. Let's try.
Singapore.
Oh yes, it's working.
The timing and scope of the second stage of the country's reopening.
So what happened?
Minister Lawrence Wong says new cases are breaking out, including a major cluster in Bukit Merah. As of yesterday, 25 cases are linked to the Bukit Merah View Market and Food Centre cluster. Singapore is now in the first stage of its reopening after its heightened alert period. Restrictions, such as on dining in at eateries, were slated to ease further from Monday.
And we want to ensure that we do not have another flare-up before we reach sufficiently high levels of vaccination in our community. So the multi-ministry task force is monitoring this very closely. We are making our assessments together with public health experts, and we will announce our decisions very soon.
All right, Simon, thank you once again. Wow, fantastic. But why is that so? What is due with the HDMI cable? Why must I unplug and plug? Can you tell me so we can all learn from here? If you're convenient to type, just let me know, okay? Thank you. Okay. Okay, so we know that. Okay. Right, so while waiting for Simon to reply, we can see that the Dow Jones was very flat, right? Until just about 1 hour before the FOMC meeting, there was some selling already. Then after that, when the data came out, wow, it came down very fast, right? But then again, I told you the moment Jerome Powell says that, you know what, big grain of salt, straight away the market rebounded. Of course, there was some profit taking, but you can see that this is how single person influential enough can actually change the market around. Okay, it might be dust within the cable pot. Clean the pot and try to use a new in case the current failed. Well, okay, fair enough. Maybe I need to change the cable though. Okay, all right. Thank you, Simon, once again. All right, appreciate that. Okay, all right. So let's see what the Dow Jones, what happened. The Dow Jones is down by 265 points. Basically, is because of utilities and the consumer staplet. Then, of course, all the 11 sectors fell at one stage. All right, and of course, but the thing is this. This is because the price producer index really at a high level. So of course, if next month it's going to still stay high, right, then the market pressure will be there. And that is what I actually quite fear too. But if you look at the commodity prices around the world has came off, so there is a small chance that this thing may actually taper a little bit. So that's why I say that going forward in month of July, we may actually see some form of recovery. Okay, so I'm not going to show you this, just skip it up already, but it's mainly, it's just telling you that, right, they have left the Federal Reserve rate unchanged. Okay, so for news whereby now people are now getting a little bit worried because of the whatever Fed says, but I feel that, right, it's actually not to worry and just look at the chart, follow the chart pattern to trade. I think that'll be the better thing to do. Okay. All right, so let's recap what happened yesterday. Let's take a look right now. Now, yesterday, the opening price was here for the Dow Jones. It was between two pivot, right? Now, by logic, right, the KSI is green. We're supposed to see upside. But I told you before, if the market is supposed to see upside but cannot go up, right, that means there's a problem. And obviously, if the market goes below the pivot 2, now we all know the fact of the matter, as long as the market stays below OP and pivot 2, there's only one thing to do, and that is what? CCYR to sell. You know that you realize that every day I'm repeating myself like a broken recorder because that's how you actually utilize this. And of course, if you do it correctly, you will see what happened. All right. The entire day, the market was sideways. The biggest thing to watch out for was this guy here during cash market. So I told you guys, I think Susan mentioned, right, there's a BNB, and this BNB is so big straight away, right? We know if the market loses below the BNB SL, the market most likely will be selling. And of course, when the market goes below the pivot 2, right? Now, below pivot 2, below OP, all right, it's a red bar. So obviously, you can see the market slam dunk. Now, what is insane again and again? Do you see this? KTR -3. So you think about this again. If I don't call you in the morning yesterday and tell you that, right, the KSI of the day chart is green in color, day chart KSI is green color. So if I ask you where to buy, right, you can consider buy at pivot 1, pivot 2, or KTR -1, -2, or -3. And really, incredibly, the market hit KTR -3, stopped there perfectly, and stage a rebound. Oh my goodness. You look at it. The level was 33,921, and it went all the way back to 34,000. All right, 143. That means it went up by 200 points from where the KTR -3 is to all the way to pivot 2. Oh my goodness. But incredibly at pivot 2, it stopped there and come back down again. This is crazy, right? Don't you find that our system is really incredible? Really, I mean, it's not that because we have this system, I say it's good, but every day it is as if that we know what to do, and every day itself, right, the market will just go to the numbers and all the high and the low of the day. The accuracy is ridiculous. I mean, we're talking about miss by 10, 20 points is that it's off, but we're talking about really like 1-2 point away from the high and the low. Is I tell you, this is really insane. And of course, and I told you guys, when you see BNB, you always must give absolutely respect for this. There's a rational reason why they appear in the market. So that is reason why traders yesterday make money on the downside, and also they make money on the upside. Congratulations to those people who actually made money. All right, well done. Okay, so we are down. We have covered the aspect of this. Let's just look at the market right now. Okay, let's look at the market right now. China A50 has recovered very nicely. China 50 has covered back very nicely. Now it's back above the yesterday's closing price. That's a very good mark. And now it's trying to test MLP, but it's having some resistance, but still for now it's pretty okay. All right. Then we have Hong Kong. Let's look at Hong Kong right now. Now Hong Kong has staged a very strong recovery. It gapped down this morning, and now I told you guys Hong Kong likely will recover, and indeed Hong Kong really recovered. Wow, beautiful, right? So you see, guys, the OP is a very important thing. As long as market stay above OP, no matter what you tell me, I'm a buyer. All right, at least that is a minimum part. And of course, I can see now gold prices is also up at now 1823. So guys, I really hope that you got a hint this morning. This morning, I already blasted and said that for gold, you can look to buy. And of course, you should know why. All right. Those who have gold chart, you will know why today gold is a buy. If you can tell me answer, please let me know. All right. Before I go to gold chart later. All right. Let's look at the Dow Jones first. Now the Dow Jones is still below OP, but Dow is actually still down because I believe that there will be some follow-through selling. Do not later on itself, right, about 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, DAX, FTSE will all open and there will be some follow-through selling too. All right, so I kind of suspect that Dow today will have some downside. The MLP here, this is MLP for today for the Dow Jones as well, 34,132 level. All right, so now it has broken my trend line. So that's why I kind of suspect that there'll be some selling to where? Somewhere to here. And look at it beautifully, it has staged a rebound. Now do note for those who are, for those who are PTP trade, you should know that this is a KSL line. All right, that's why the Dow Jones recover here. Beautiful, right? Now, of course, it can go down to the next level. The next level should be here, and that is approximately about 33,573. I can write down for you, okay? All right. Okay, 33,573. All right, so we're going to expect this happen. If the Dow do go below 33,840, we should see some selling here. I think around this area here will be a lovely level to watch to buy. But of course, the one that I'm actually anticipating is still this one, 33,338. This number is so easy to remember, 33,338. All right, that is the 5% marker, the 5% marker. So as long as the Dow Jones do come back here, the last time when we see the Dow doing this, the Dow instrumentally recovered more than 800 points from the low end. So would we see a double bottom like this? It is all possible. So traders, maybe you should be considering doing that. Okay, so traders, do consider doing that. All right, so that is what I need to share on the Dow for you. Okay, all right, hold on. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, all right. Yes, indeed, today, very important, it's above, today gold is above OP and above pivot 1. So you should know the rule. Above OP, above pivot 1, there's only one thing to do, right? Buy, correct, exactly. You can only look for buy. All right, that's this morning already a very easy trade. Now, the weekly chart, I told you guys before, right? I told you guys, and when the short-term trend line and the long-term trend line, when it intersect, right, it's not a good thing, right? And I shared this with you, and unfortunately, it really manifested. Now, instead of going higher, it break down, and that's why now Dow is coming off. So if you look at it, right, it has to stay supported at the low, which is at 33,283. All right. That is a very important critical support, 33,283. The Dow has to stay on above it, okay? Which means that if the Dow must try to stay above it for it to rebound again, okay? Now, if the Dow doesn't stay above it and unfortunately close below it, then it's going to be very bad because the market can go down one time of this range. So when it goes nearer, we cover this, but I don't think we should be heading there unless the funds start to get very panic mode, or the data get more and more crazy, inflationary data. So then this may really happen. So traders, 33,283 is a very critical level for us because that is our BNB SL level. Okay, so very critical level. All right, so I'm gonna key for you. 33,283, the important weekly BNB SL. Okay, very important. All right, guys. Okay, so you see that we are really very clear with our trading, and you see I don't hold anything back. I don't draw things and say that I don't tell you, you figure it out or you just guess. I teach you, I share with you, and I want you to benefit. That is the absolute point of here. All right, nothing is held back, you see. All right, look at the Dow now. Let's look at the Dow. Okay, here we go, the Dow Jones. Okay, so this is the Dow Jones for today. Let's just do some analytical work here first. So for the Dow Jones for today, we need to be very clear. First of all, yesterday the Dow broke my TSCB. So breaking my TSCB means that there should be selling unless it can climb back 34,000. 34,074 range. Okay, so which means that if the Dow doesn't cross 34,074, the Dow will be likely be going down, which we saw already. This is what the power of the TSCB is. Then, of course, now we have the KCB at the 33,823, which you can see instrumentally have given the support. But the downer is right now, if you look carefully, this is a KSI jump. Yeah, it's a KSI jump. Now, jump doesn't mean must be up or down. It just a jump means, right, the distance of the color, the different of colors, right? The distance of the second one actually is shorter than the, in this case, where the KSI is from green to red, the red bar is is shorter than the green bar. All right, right, twice shorter, right? Okay, put it this way. Okay, so that is whereby you must be careful. So there'll be some selling. So if the market loses the pivot to 33,795, then we could see some more selling to come. But if not itself, right? If the market can stay above OP, that'll be a good sign for further upside. Okay, got it, huh? All right. Okay, so that is the Dow Jones. Let's look at the NASDAQ right now. NASDAQ, well, we can see that the NASDAQ basically has down for the third day, but it's still very, it's still kind of like way above the MA30. So there's no real reason to be worried. The Dow Jones also, the Dow Jones is now, he broke below the MA30. That's why the selling came in. So it's a very different thing. Now for the NASDAQ is below MA, is above, the current NASDAQ now is above MA30. So it's still okay. The only concern is that this is the BMB. So now the market has went above the BMB RL and then now back below BMB RL. So which means that, right, the market may have to take this MA30 very seriously, all right, for any form of upside. But at the moment now, still okay. S&P 500 now is at the very, very dangerous area because now it's actually exactly at the MA30 range and now it's slightly below MA30. So if this is to continue, then we have a problem because this is also the BMB, right? So if the S&P is to drop, so let me just do the mathematics here since we are already at this area. Let's hold on a minute. So this is the BMB high low. So that will give you about 42 points. So which means that if the market drop at 42 point, S&P may drop down to 4168 level. So which means that if the market do drop, we may see the S&P dropping down to 4168 level, okay, for 1x1 effect. So 4210 is the moving average right now, the level to watch. Okay, 4210. So as long as S&P stay below 4210, there is a possibility for S&P to drop down to 4168. Okay, that will be quite drastic. So let's just see whether will this actually really happen. Okay, all right. So that is the view on the market, and of course we look at the NASDAQ right now. A quick one. The NASDAQ now is below pivot 1 and KSI is red, so selling is kind of expected. Then S&P 500 is also doing the same thing. It is now, they have touched the pivot 1 and failed to go up, but the only difference is the KSI is green. So you can see that it's a difference. So it's not that everything must be down. Doesn't mean the market is down, the KSI to 10. So it's all depending on the market. So if the KSI is green, that means the downside is going to be kind of limited. So you can see just now, right, when the S&P came down, once it hit the KTR -1, rebounded immediately. See, that is how we can trade in the market. Just a quick bite, you know that today KSI is green, right? You just look for the KTR -1 to -3, and then after that, do a CCRY, you buy, immediately you can get instant cash. That is how you trade in the market. Really very simple system, very logical, and most important, very, very consistent. Okay. All right. So that is the market. Let's look at the Hang Seng right now. Hang Seng is off a bit from the high, but still okay. China A50. Oh gosh, China A50 have rejected the MLP. So it has to stay above the opening price. If not, this could be pretty disastrous. So we see how it goes. All right, now for today's DAX, well, DAX, I read to you, Uncle Arun, that there will be some profit taking. Yesterday, I told you that MLP 15748 is an important MLP, and I did say that if the market cannot cross the 15748 MLP, it will come off, right? So indeed, it's happening. So today, Uncle Arun, I did say that the support will be 15555. So today, we need to upgrade a little bit. So Uncle Arun, today, the upgrade will be 15555. 5, 6, 8. Not bad, huh? So yesterday closed at 15,710 with the Dow Jones down by about 250 points. So likely we should see the market opens around here. So if the DAX later on open about 15,568, right, I really suspect the market will rebound from there. Okay. All right, 15,568. So do expect that to happen. Okay. So later on, who will be looking to buy at this price? Anyone going to trade DAX? If you're going to trade DAX later, please key the word DAX, DAX right now, so that I can see how many of you will be trading DAX later, DAX. All right. Let me know. All right. I want to see how many of you will be trading the DAX later. Okay. Definitely, I will be trading the DAX later. Okay, Uncle Arun, I will later do with you. Later, remember, we must remind each other, 15568, okay? We do together, all right? Ching Kui also, all right, good, okay. Okay, all right, so that is the DAX. And now we do the Nikkei. Hey, wrong chart. Yeah. Nikkei today, there's some heavy selling. No, not okay, because Nikkei is also very sensitive towards the interest rate, so that's why the Nikkei came off. Wait, hold on, wrong chart. Okay, Nikkei. So Nikkei today has opened lower and it broke below the pivot 2. So below pivot 2, below OP, there's only one thing to do, right? Sell. So imagine this, you are in Japan right now and the market opens here and the market now, the opening price is here. The pivot 2 happened to be a stack between KTR -2 and pivot 2. Now, of course, the day chart, as you can see, the day chart is a green bar. So which means that, right, there are supposed to be some support, but the market didn't have any form of support. So the moment the market goes below the pivot 2, seriously, without a doubt, below OP, below pivot 2, there's only one outcome and you sell. Wow, you see that? So once again, don't you realize that, any country, even I don't know Japanese, I don't know how to speak their language. I never went there before in my life. All right, I never go there before in my life. So imagine that I can still do this. I can still tell the Japanese traders that, hey, you know what? Look at the market now, break the Nikkei, break below OP and pivot 2, just sell and make some money. And if we can tell the housewives how to do this, they will make money, right? So think about this. How big can this really go? This is where I really envision if I can be a robot and trade 24 hours, right? I will be able to do that. So of course I can't be doing that. That'd be inhuman, okay? So the only way is that if I create a software whereby as long as you need to punch in, you can be anyone in the world, as long as you can see colors, you can see numbers, you understand simple colors, change CCYR, CCRY, BMB, all these small understanding here. I can tell you this, guys, we're going to be really, really one of the best in the market. Don't you agree with me, guys? Think about this. I mean, seriously, you just tell someone that, hey, below OP, below pivot 2, based on the system, sell. But think about this, the market has come down so much. Would you think that you go down further? If you have trust in the system, you know that the answer is a yes. So think about this, my friends. This is why I'm telling you this. When our crazy app and crazy coin is really ready, wow, it's incredible. So guys, this tonight at 8 p.m., okay? Tonight, 8 p.m., don't go away, all right? Don't go and watch Netflix. Stay for 45 minutes for a very important segment whereby our GAP, all right, representative Richard Heng, he will come in and share with you the important part of this GAP. And I tell you this, guys, if you really believe in the crazy coin that we're going to come out soon, right, about 9 months' time, you really want to come in, okay? This is only one chance for you because after that, it's all right, you may not have that opportunity again, okay? So 8 p.m. Singapore time today. All right. So I'm done with the indices. Let's look at the commodities. It's gold right now. Now, yesterday, gold was sideways all the way until here. The moment the news came out, oh my God, the gold just Plunge, okay, wow, incredible. It sold down by almost $60 from the high to the low end. Oh my God. And did we benefit? Of course we did, because we were already shorting the gold market. I've been telling you guys that gold likely will come down, because I kind of suspect that the inflationary problem will definitely cause Federal Reserve to do something. If it's not last night, it'll be the next one, but still the downside pressure was pretty clear. So obviously now people are getting very worried. They say that now got inflation problem. Will you see gold trading lower now, and yada yada, all right, as usual. So what happened last night? Let's take a look, okay? The real part of it. Now, yesterday, the gold opens here. Now, Cal, yesterday, the market opened above OP, opens above pivot 1. So why isn't a buy? I said that as long as the market stay above OP, it is a buy. But the problem is the KSI is red. And I also reminded you, the KSI shows that the KSI, the bars are actually moving upwards and the blue bars is moving downwards. So this is actually a very clear indication that there could be huge selling if the market stay below OP. And of course, when the market goes below pivot 1, that means that the CCYR on that moment can be used for trading. And of course, if the market loses the pivot 2, then I'm so sorry, it will be below OP, below pivot 2. There's only one thing to do, CCYR, you just have to sell. That's it, you just have to do it. There's nothing else, right? That is what you do. And of course, the market really manifests according to what we say. Well, let's take a look. You see that? The entire day, the market was sideways because of the FOMC, I can understand. But do you see this? How many times have you seen this, guys? How many times have you seen this when you see a BMB appearing in front of you on your screen and followed by a color change? And this color change will trigger something, whether it's OP, whether it's pivot, whether it's KTR. But when you see this combination of BMB, color change, and triggering something else, oh my God, I can tell you this. That's why when the gold was plunging, even at this stage itself at 1839, I did short gold. And of course, this is such a big candle down. So I kind of suspect that it will come down the same magnitude. And obviously, it really did. All right, so I was so tired after we shorted the gold already, right? I just put a buy order here and it was filled this morning. Oh my God. And of course, not only I did it, many of my friends who were with me, they also have done it and they make money. So this is how you guys must trust your system. Whenever you see BMB followed by color change, it can be buy, it can be sell, it doesn't matter. But once you have this pattern, you just have to adopt it and trust it. And because it's always like that. And when it happens like this, guys, money is going to be right in front of you. All right. So guys, don't you find this is a very amazing system? If you find it's amazing, please key the word amazing right now. I know that I need you guys to help me do video marketing. I need you guys to just key for me so that your writing will be able to be shown and people like, wow, okay, you want to join us. Because my vision is to really hit 1,000 people by end of this year. I think that it should be able to do it. We're at 550 right now. We need about 450 more students. And if we can get that, that will be very amazing. All right. So guys, really think about this. Making money is never difficult. It's all about the faith, the trust, and most important thing is that yourself. Right? If I can tell you the best system in the world, but if you don't want to trade on it, I cannot help. I cannot do anything else. All right. Thank you guys. Adrian, I'll see you doing this DEX later too. Adrian, Cheng Kui, Arun, and me. I think Colin is sleeping. That's why I didn't reply. Thank you, Wilson, Jerry, Fred, Diana, Cheng Kui, Dan, for giving me the amazing qualification. All right. Okay. Thank you. All right. So let's look at gold right now. Okay, hold on a minute. Okay, now see gold. Now gold really came down and hit the MA 200. And I told you guys, if gold hit MA 200, if it close below, there'll be some selling. But history has proven that if it hits the MA 200, usually the next day there could be a rebound, and as long as it rebound, the market will go up. And you can see that it's really happening at this moment right now. So it's really pretty easy. All right. Now the thing is this, I'm going to be very clear again with my sharing today. Yesterday I already tell you before. Now gold has broke below the Fibonacci the 1834 level, right? Yesterday I told you about this first support which is broken. So the next challenge will be it will go up lah. If you got to go up, you go back to 1834. Okay, all right, that's the first thing. But if it stays below the MA 200 now, it's now currently above, right? So let me get the number here. Thank you, Philip, for that strong validation. Right, the 1819 today is the 1819 because now the moving average is changed because it will change every day. The 1819 is the moving average for MA 200 today. So which means that gold today must close above the 1819 figure. It has to close above the 1819. And of course, if gold goes down, we have problem, Houston, we have a problem. This is going to be scary, okay? This is very, very scary. So I don't think this will happen unless the market really thinks that the US Federal Reserve need to really hike the interest rate, okay? So what happened is that if gold really goes below the 1819 today, there is a possibility to see gold going down to 1761 level in a few more days or weeks to come. All right, so traders, this is what I'm seeing from the chart, okay, but I can be wrong. So let the market decide, okay, but at least this is what I'm seeing right now, okay? All right, so for the weekly chart, well, this is terrible. So which means that the weekly chart now is very clear. They has lost the BNB SL level and seemingly is going for that. So do anyone remember the weekly chart? The 1x1 will give you what level for the downside? Anybody can tell me? All right, the BNB we have already on the weekly chart, right? This is the range. So if the market goes down by the same amount, the same range, what is the level that the gold will go down? Anyone can tell me? Do you remember that? We've been talking about this the last few days. Exactly, Joseph. Yeah, 1796. Exactly, Joseph and Philip, right? 1796 is the figure that I mentioned about 7576 based on the mathematics. So 1796, all right. So really, if gold is to really continue to go downwards, right? 1796 is the BNB level. So it's kind of coincide with what I say about the day chart 50%. So that's why gold will rebound. But the downside, if it comes, can go down to 1796 level, okay? Silver, obviously, yesterday plunged and it went below my $27. Yesterday it went below, you can see that. And now it's trying to hold above the $27. The MA 200 is nearby. It's about $26.22. So if you want to buy silver, then maybe wait for it to come down to this area here. I think silver at this price at $26.26. It looks to be a good level to buy because of the MA 200, okay? MA 200 is a pretty decisive moving average to watch out for trend-wise and stuff like that. Okay, all right. Okay, so that is the gold analysis, and look at the day chart right now for our day chart. Okay, so this is our gold day chart. That is the reason why one look, you know, today is a buy already, right? Because the market opening price is actually above pivot 1. So as long as the market is opening price above pivot 1, generally speaking, we should be buying. Now, although the KSI is red in color, all right, blue bars has tended downwards, but you realize it's also a KCX at the bottom of the screen. So which means that, right, dear friends, if coming 19th of June, we're going to have our event, which is about 2 days later, we could be able to capture this gold trade live again. Like the last time we do BTC, ETH, we said that the ETH is going to bottom out soon. There was a KCX back then, and really the ETH from 2,000 go all the way to 3,000, 4,000. So will this be a great turning point for us to buy gold and for gold to go higher? Well, it's all is possible, but as long as you must have the system, okay? That is the most important thing. You must have the system, okay? Right, so that's why today, as long as you believe in the chart, you just have to do one simple follow through. What is that be, guys? Yes, indeed. Above OP, which is here, above pivot 1, which is here, CCRY buy, go up. CCRY buy, go up. You see that? My God. I mean, the whole world is telling you interest rate factor, gold come down, this and that, everything they say, but you guys are buying because you have a rule, and the rule says above OP, above pivot 1, just buy. And of course, you have a KSI jump. Correct. Now, you have a KSI jump. All these areas are buyers. So that's why even though the price just now came down a little bit, right? But you can see once it cross above it, PTP student, you know that it's a buy. And of course, this will be a very good buy. So that's now if you buy at 1819, you already profited $5. $5 is a lot of money. Depends on the size that you trade. Isn't it simple? That is why I say, guys, we have a very powerful system. You just have to follow. Even the Dow Jones came down yesterday. You can still do a lot of things, guys. This is what you do for a living. As long as you know what to do, you can make money, okay? All right. But still, end of the day, do remember this, the KSI is red in color. So guys, make sure that, right, do take profit at KTR +1 or +2. If the market is stretched to KTR +3, you try, but kind of just don't go overboard and then be misguided. And then after that, you get hit by the market, okay? All right, trading is about planning and it's about checking and making sure that you go in at the right place, all right? Now, one last one will be crude oil prices. Crude oil, as you can see on your screen right now. Okay, yeah. Crude oil price yesterday did a pullback from $72.50, all right? But this is, I believe, just temporarily because you can see it's still way above the MA 230 level and of course way above the MA 200. So with these two levels so far away, I still believe that crude oil has a chance to go higher again. So for gold trading, crude oil trading later on, follow Susan. She'll use the TWB system to assist you to know when to buy into crude oil. Okay, I can show you right now for the crude oil for today. The day chart is still KSI is green. Only thing is that its opening price is now below pivot 2. So below OP, below pivot 2 is a sell, but KSI is green. So sell little and target profit KTR -1 to -3. Okay, so traders, this is what you look at in crude today. All right, guys, I've completed everything. We're going to go into the alternate market views. If you want to willing to stay on, you stay on. If not, right, come back in about 15 seconds time. Okay. Okay, guys, this is Cal coming back. Now we're going to do the market alternate market views. All right, obviously this will be on the bearish side. So let's take a look. Now, yesterday I was again pretty accurate with my sharing. Now, by saying this means that, right, the 34,050 will be a very critical level for today. And unfortunately, the Dow is trading below it. So I still going to see that the Dow could be going down to the 33,338 level if the Dow stays below the opening price for today. All right, so that is what I'm showing you over here. But more important thing is that, do you trust what Michael Burry say? If Michael Burry is actually right and he's actually posted this just one day before the FOMC, it seems that he does know something that we don't know. That's why you have to be very careful for this guy. Now, of course, yesterday I did tell you about this guy called Paul Tudor Jones. I did say that, right? Okay, he said that this could be the most important federal meeting. And yesterday, the way he said this thing is somehow like a way of like threatening the Federal Reserve that if you don't do the right thing, we're going for it. So yesterday, you see, he said buy commodities, buy crypto, buy gold. So obviously, he's saying that if the Federal Reserve don't treat it with care, he'll do all this. But now the Federal treat it with care. That's why commodity price, crypto price, gold price all come off. So you must understand how to read this boy's sharing. And I did say yesterday that if the Federal Reserve do take the numbers seriously, then these three markets must avoid. And I did tell you that. So don't just because Paul Tudor Jones say he will or probably, you mustn't just read just on the surface like this. You have to read the entire article, understand where it's coming from, and do your assessment from here. So in short itself, right now Federal Reserve is actually really taking serious note onto here. Then of course, crypto, commodities, gold prices may be forced to go lower. All right, there'll be intermittent bounce, but it may force to go lower. This is something that you must understand the difference between what Paul Tudor Jones says versus what Michael Burry says. All right, very, very important. Now, the thing is this, the 2-year yields now is at the highest level since 2020 last year. Of course, it's not anything fantastic, but of course, we have seen before, every time the 2-year yield hit about 1.875, the market do pull back. So not too sure, is it an invisible hand? If it did, then of course, the stock market may actually go up. So that's why really be more careful. But if the 2-year yields go past 0.2, then we have a big issue, okay? So watch out for the 2-year yield. Then, of course, the market implied federal rate, right? Basically, you can see now it was all the way going down, and yesterday things dramatically changed. And now the market forecast that the Federal Reserve rate might have a hike by the end of 2022. So if there's going to be a hike in end 2022, so which means that from August Jackson Hole to September FOMC, there should be 1 or 2 hints that the tapering will come in. So the tapering is likely from 120 billion to maybe 80, then 60, then 40, and so forth. So if they do taper every single month, so by right, we should see a total fully taper by probably August next year. Okay, probably August next year. All right, now we can see that the dollar index is one key factor. Now the dollar index shows that now it has risen up all the way. And I told you guys, dollar index was a buy. Just last 3 weeks, I've been calling for buy on the dollar index, and I'm proven. And dollar index really, really goes up. All right, beautiful, right? So guys, again, the spot on dollar, the dollar was accurate. I hope that you guys have made money from it. All right, and of course, this is the last part of it. The power of media. You can see that the market was coming down. Then Jerome Powell said that the dot plot is actually need to have a grain of salt, and immediately, right, the market rebound. And what is very interesting is that yesterday there were many journalists around, but very surprising, they were so quiet, really very quiet. There was no heckling, there was no one targeting him. Everybody is just keeping quiet. It's as if that they got received a mandate that they're supposed to keep quiet. Yesterday, that's why I watched it for about 10-20 minutes. I know that this is not going to have any good thing, because you can see that they were not doing anything. They're not attacking at all compared to when it was the Donald Trump time. So of course, the most important guy was Steve Lacen. I mean, I didn't see him yesterday, right? I mean, I was expecting him to be giving the views and stuff, but he wasn't around. So not too sure where he go. Hopefully he's okay. All right. But the thing is this, if he was around, then it'd be very cool because he will ask a lot of interesting questions. But apparently he wasn't around. So I don't think it's a conspiracy theory that maybe he really not feeling well yesterday. All right. But you can see that the power media, as long as someone comes in, speaks something, and it can actually manipulate the market. All right, guys, so that will be all for today. I think very important. You have heard me, and I tell you exactly what to look out for. Please kindly follow through, and please remember this. We are here to make money. My job is to make your life easy. All right. Till then, again, this is Cal signing off. Now, today, afternoon MAO, I'll check my schedule because I got a lot of things to do. I may not have the afternoon MAO, but Susan will still do her Susan Go live. Okay, guys, thank you once again. Take care. Bye-bye. Cheers.